In this video, we're jumping back into the Automobilista 2 beta to check out the ARC Camaro at Oulton Park. Welcome back to the Game & Muscle YouTube channel. Remember, if you like driving simulators, sim racing and flight simulators, and virtual reality, to click the like button and maybe subscribe. Here we go, pulling out of the pit lane. Let's do some driving. Now, because I know you guys like to see the steering wheel inputs, we've set up another web camera on the Insanity Sim rig. And here you go, look at that, proper wheel cam for you. So you can see our inputs. Now hot air balloon shadow! It's a proper driving sim, it's got hot air balloons. It's the most important part of modern driving simulators. We are using the Fanatec DD1, the Podium, Fanatec Podium, with the D-rim and the universal hub. And I'm also using the Fanatec V3 pedals, which you can kind of see there. You can see them in the top corner, but you can't see them that clearly. But here we go, let's get driving. I really like Oulton Park. It's one of my favourite tracks. It's a really crisp track model in Automobilista 2. I believe they're using laser scan data here. I think all the UK tracks in Automobilista 2 are laser scan data. Very similar to the Project Cars 2 tracks, obviously, because that's using it. I don't know if it's using the same laser scan data, but you know, when you've got laser data, you can, you know, you're going to get consistency between the sims really nicely once you've learnt a track layout. If it's using, if it's a high accuracy track model or it's using laser data, then you know, you don't have to relearn it from sim to sim. But the big thing that sticks out actually with this track model, I don't know if this is a final track model here. You know, I say beta, they're going to keep doing stuff to it. But the big thing that stands out is obviously Automobilista 2 uses flat billboard trees, which is arguably an older method of doing trees, but I quite like it, and I actually prefer it to these sort of ginormous leaf trees that you get in Project Cars 2. And also, I have to say, though the trees in Assetto Corsa Competizione look absolutely fantastic, the nice thing with the billboard trees is that they don't change detail or have the pop-in or like the shadow issues that you get with ACC or other simulators that have technically more advanced trees. I mean, I really like them. iRacing uses flat trees as well. I actually quite like it. I think sometimes, okay, that's neutral. Haven't got damage turned off. Yeah, sometimes the simple thing actually works really well. Try and heel and toe it through there. This car's a beast. This is going to be so good. This is another car that I think will be fun to race online. So Ryzen do a really good job of car selections in terms of picking cars that are actually fun to race, as opposed to licensing cars that are maybe the more sexy cars. I mean, in my mind, this is, you know, these are sexy cars, but you know, in the mind of your average punter, most people are sort of like Ferrari, Porsches, GT3 cars. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy driving those, and I do like to see them in simulators, and I'm pretty glad that the Porsche license, for example, is now in lots of sims. So don't get me wrong, but they're very well represented in a lot of simulators now. So it's nice to have other sims that have different cars, you know. Give it a bit more welly. Now in this version of the beta, this is the first beta, we don't even have car setups and stuff yet, so there's not really that much you can fiddle and tinker with. So it's strange. I've seen some people doing almost like review videos already of Automobilista 2. It's like, mate, calm down. It's early days. It's early days. I personally really see Automobilista 2 as more of like a long-term project. Let's go back to the shiny head. I mean, there generally just seems to be a lot of confusion about Automobilista 2. I've not experienced this with other sims coming out of the market. Like, normally people are like, you know, I think it's a bit of confusion with ACC actually, sort of grappling with the concept of it just being a GT3 simulator, and people being like, oh, it doesn't have as many cars as Assetto Corsa, or it doesn't have as many cars as Project Cars 2, so what's the point? It's like, well, no, that's just not what that sim's about. It's about GT3 racing. So I guess people are confused with that. Whereas to me, Automobilista 2, it's like, if you're a fan of Automobilista 1 and you generally like RZA cars across the simulators, R Factor 2, Automobilista 1, R Factor 1, you know, then you're probably going to enjoy this. It's like if you like Brazilian stock cars, you like cars that are like, you know, proper, just fun cars to wrestle around a circuit, and you like racetracks that are maybe not like pure Formula 1 racetracks, but maybe some of the lesser known tracks, some of the more nippy tracks, some of the more sort of driver tracks, if you will, then you'll probably like Automobilista 2, and you'll probably like Automobilista 1. There's nothing stopping people from still getting Automobilista 1. I mean, personally, I got a bit tired of the R Factor, the original G Motor game engine, so I didn't really play Automobilista 1 that much. I actually preferred just driving the RZA cars in R Factor 2. But yeah, I think what a lot of people tend to do is they want to sort of shoehorn their expectations of what a simulator should be onto a simulator, rather than just seeing what it is and accepting it for what it is, and then going, okay, is what's there, is that something I'd be interested in, and is that something that I would put my money towards? And that, you know, making it from that from that standpoint, if that makes sense. It's just really bizarre. I mean, I'm going to be doing lots of video content on Automobilista 2 as a RZA fanboy. So if you're on the fence, hopefully I'll help colour in the details, so you'll be like, oh, actually that does appeal to me, or it doesn't. But either way, it should be fine. Those birds just flopping around the sky there. I have to say, I've driven the Caterham a little bit in this. We've driven the V8 a bit. And I just find that as I drive it, I just want to spend more time driving it. It's the same kind of thing I get from playing Assetto Corsa. I really just enjoy driving in Assetto Corsa. I think for me, a lot of it is when the force feedback is variable. Like, there's a lot of depth to the force feedback. Like, it might, you know, you've got different force feedback in Race Room, AC, and Automobilista 2, but there's a lot of depth to the force feedback in those games. So regardless of the difference and if you think it's realistic or not, when you've got the depth of that force feedback, I find it really sort of adds a lot of colour to the handling of the cars. and helps inform me as to what the cars are doing, and really connects me to the sim, and really makes me enjoy the general experience of driving in them. Whereas I find some simulators are a bit lacking in that aspect of the force feedback. This first corner is really hard to judge. you really have to hammer it, but it's all like off camera or wonky donk. So when you turn the car into it, sometimes it doesn't bite in, and you're going for a bit of an off-road excursion. We need a VR shotgun to shoot those birds. Bonus points. Hand tracking support when, Reza? Whoa. This car's quite chilled out actually on the throttle there. Once you're up to speed. Oulton Park's a really high-speed track. Whoa! Two wheels. Bit much there. brown trouser time. So we saved it though. We've got the crowd there. I'm bound to look left and look right. Noticing in Automobilista 2 the trackside details are quite different from the other sims. Like, I think it was just down here. There's like a church there on the right. What is that? I've never noticed that before. It's like a war memorial. No, I don't notice that in any other simulator. It's nice to have these details. Yeah, I think it's another nice car. I think, as I say, I think most people that are fans of Automobilista 1, and if you just like simulators with cars that don't just kill you for no reason, and simulators with communicative force feedback, I think most people will probably end up enjoying Automobilista 2. It's obviously got its own physics, its own quirks, like every simulator. But it's fun and satisfying to get more pace out of the cars. That's all that really matters, I think. Assuming the multiplayer ends up working well. We don't know yet. Not tested it. I think for me that'll be the biggest thing with Automobilista 2. I'm quite happy with the handling and the force feedback with the cars that seem more finished. But I'm just really hoping they haven't changed the multiplayer hosting that much from how it worked in Project Cars 2. Because it's really nice just being able to create a lobby, have people jump in, and then you can just go from content to content and have quick races, and it's just nice and easy to set up. As you guys that are fans of the channel and follow the channel will know from our live streams, we played tons of Project Cars 2 for that very fact that we could just create races quickly and do loads of interesting combos and drive into each other without too much hassle. There you go. Hopefully, bit of a chill video. But hopefully that gives you an idea of what to expect. A nice little bit of driving there with a good view, good frame rate. And wheel cam, so you could, I know that when you haven't got a game and you're kind of watching YouTube videos to try and decide, you're like, oh, I wish I had a good wheel cam. I wish they were recording it at a high frame rate. I wish they would drive silly and then also drive normal, so you can have an idea of the handling. Hopefully we've done that in this video. Maybe I haven't. You can always let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. Whoop. I'm so glad in Automobilista 2 that you don't get sucked off the side of the road for going on the grass or touching the curbs. That was such an annoying thing with Project Cars 2. That was one of the big things that actually made me play it less. Look at that, we just let go of the wheel there with the... That one aspect of Project Cars 2 made it really frustrating. This is a lot more chill. Do get oscillations in the force feedback. I could probably do with putting a bit of dampening on. When the game's further through its beta, or actually out, I'll start doing some force feedback and graphics settings videos, but there's no point in doing it at the moment because things are likely to change. Can we flip it though, like in Project Cars 2? Wow, no it doesn't! Oh no! Ah, guys, we can't do the flip car finish. Ruined. See, this is what I mean. If I'd done that in Project Cars 2, the car would have rolled and flown off. I was half expecting it to, but no. The lateral bite of the tyres, I think, is reduced, or something else. I don't know. I'm not a physics guru. Anyway, hopefully you found that highly arousing wheel cam view and video. Hopefully you found this useful. Let me know what you'd like to see more of in the comments. Subscribe and like. Join us in our next live stream. But until then, thanks for watching. Happy tea drinking, guys, and goodbye, everybody.